skill
guys.
set's coming in.
Younger girls.
Well, you know, you talk about pioneers pulling it. We've often talked about the lack of promotion by the UFC and by WME on a lot of their fighters. And this, I think, this 224 illustrates another case of that, because you've got a card headlined by not just two women fighters, but the two openly gay
pioneers
of women's sports in MMA. Yeah. And no one's talking about it. Has this ever happened? Has there been a professional sport headlined by two openly gay fighters or athletes ever?
No, I don't think so.
Not that I'm aware of. And yet, we don't, not we, but the UFC doesn't. I would think this is a promotion's dream. Why are they not talking about this? It's historic. It's great. They should be talking about this angle.
It's just like we were talking about with Stipe Miocic. Like, they could have that, like, just like how Modelo,
firefighter, for
dude,
God's
he's
sake.
a firefighter. Like
the Modelo ad,
it's like
Modelo ad's if you haven't seen it, folks, Google Stipe Miocic Modelo beer ad. It's the best promotion that's ever been done for the guy.
Yeah, the UFC could pick that up so easy. He's a firefighter. You know, he's an immigrant. Like, he has an immigrant mentality. You know, he's like family, everything. You know,
and he just happens to be a hero. Kept his job as a firefighter, even right now.
He just so happens to knock every motherfucker out.
Oh, yeah, he's the greatest of all time at heavyweight.
Yeah. Has the most title defenses, they don't talk about it.
They don't talk about Amanda Nunes when she was fighting Ronda. They didn't mention the fact of her sexuality in that either. And it's not like she hides it. She's in a relationship. Her girlfriend's right there. She's dating Nina. I don't know how to say Nina's last name, but she's...
Isn't she on her corner, too?
Yeah, she's in the corner with her. I believe Pennington's in a relationship with Tisha Torres, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm mistaken, I apologize, but I'm pretty certain that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, not that this needs to be what it's all about, but that's something that should be celebrated. It's historic. It's a first in sports, to my knowledge, and the UFC is doing crickets about it in 2018. It makes no sense to me.
Well, I think it's because it's two girls.
If that's the case, that's a sad way to look at it.
It's sad, but that's
ridiculous.
I feel like that's kind of what it is, because the UFC never really puts any kind of promotion behind any, like, great women's fighters in the UFC. I mean,
they got behind Ronda, but that was the Fertitas.
Yeah, like, that's different. That's what I mean.
When WME,
don't get me wrong. When the Fertitas had this shit down, they were pushing the right fighters and holding back the right people.
We're talking about WME. William Morris Endeavor.
I feel like they're just throwing money at it, just trying to see what happens, kind of like that.
It's bizarre.